You can jog.
What I call a cordon sanitaire around him. Now, if you have a guy who is a potential contaminant and you have it in your midst, what do you think will happen? He will contaminate everybody. You know, this man is a walking corruption virus. Anything he comes in contact with, anything he touches, he contaminates. The CPP will be contaminated very soon. Because my own Liberty Party is now contaminated. People in the Liberty Party who took Peacock responsibility today, they are defending him up and down the country.
The People's Liberation Party, through the National Executive Committee and the GAC, has with immediate effect suspended for time indefinite and to face the Grievance and Ethics Committee for the investigation for their respective actions. Those suspended and removed are Mr. Jerry K. Colley, former chairman, Bond County, suspended. Mr. Mohammed A. Billity, former chairman, Margibi County, suspended. Mr. J. Emmanuel Green, former chairman, Grand Cape County, suspended. Mr. Oscar Holmes, former chairman, Bombay County, suspended. Mrs. Evelyn Yakoli Morris, former chair, Nimba County, suspended. Mr. Abraham Shalif, former chair, Monserrate County, removed.
The matter will be settled. Tapo Ido now politicians, DJ Blue now politicians. So I am not suspended by the body of our constitution. Anybody that suspended, go to court. They are forced county chairperson. Conventions held in Royal Magiri County. I was the head of the delegate, and the delegate came from the 15 counties. Those that were elected from the convention, before the convention, to serve as delegate, to elect our official of the party. They are the legitimate chairperson. If you want to want this before you want somebody from there, say who wants to say you want to be contesting, then you say you are Monserrate County chair. Then you doing it to rob the president of the Republic of Liberia.
Founders Unification Party calls for the immediate suspension or dismissal and subsequent prosecution of latest boss Professor Francis Ware and his deputies Lawrence George and Wilbur Smith, waiter and rest of the current state. The recent LSC report is yet another testimony to how common criminals and fortune hustlers have taken over the state and are looting the state on an industrial scale.
As of today, Thursday, March 16, 2023, student politics on all UA campuses are hereby suspended until further notice. The suspension comes in the wake of the many violent disturbances on the University of Liberia campuses. Students are mandated to keep in strict conformity to this pronouncement.
All of the seditious coalition members of the UP, ANC, and Liberty partisans and all other political parties are invited to join me, taking Liberia to a new era of peace and prosperity. You can count on the change that I have delivered, and I will continue to provide more transformative leadership. I'm here today to tell the Liberian people that I will be on the ballot as a presidential candidate in the next election.
Currently, we do not have good international relations with the international community. One, the president, who is known as feminist in chief, who is known as one person who advocates for rights of women. He, President George
and we do not no longer support Unity Party. And the reason why is because of how they treated us. Almost 4 of our candidates, they took them away from us. And the fact that they're from the same tribe and the same county, they took them away from us. They use tribal pressure to force these people to leave our party. People we worked with for 6 years were bad enough to go and try to destroy us as a party. But we let them know during this election that we are a force to reckon with.
The people answer, they never do more than 1 year. But always the people that are beyond citizens, they better, they will measure to whom, what I'm calling them, start complaint, attack the question, then you continue to go with blessing, and you will do better for the 4-year guarantee in Liberia. I said, when you tell them, they'll go by the place where they're coming from, they'll go by one letter, they'll go do it more than 1 year.
Everything I said before God, I was president of the Senate. And for all the time I was president of the Senate, my job was to sit down and direct the debate. So you put your hand up, I recognize you. I'm telling you, one day, Mr. Weah never put his hand up because he didn't have anything to say. That's why they were calling Bobo Senator. I'm not joking. Joy Howard Taylor knows that. The only time Weah spoke to me was one Thursday. We had a meeting and we're taking on and saying, hey, Chief, gotta go hustle. I said, you Senator, who you going hustle?
I don't have from people. No, we stood up for 6 years. We didn't stand up for 4 more politicians and 4 more opposition to come and can't do that. They do something to me. No, I will not discuss this anymore. But when the time reach, the heat will hit somebody. They put out and say, oh, they're not bad me. I am saying it now. When you're happy, I approach the issue and nothing has been done about it. I left from Nimakanda, I reached at 2 o'clock in the morning because I was angry. I don't want to see anybody in that movement. Jeremiah Kun did not want me to be representative. I do not want Jeremiah Kun to be vice president. Who will feed it? Who will feed it?
We have no leader in Liberia concerning our left president with Joe. Of course. Like it or not, for the carry in there. Yes, he just screened well for us because since 15 years plus we've been living in my house around here. And they're screening well by baby. They're screaming well. Apartment, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 1 bedroom. I gave me 12-year president because since we've been getting leader, he's the only president that come in and sit in a chair and do things that other people have never done. To the
Other people will be running, by the way. But the Liberia had 3 choices. Choice would be Alexander Cumming or Joseph Boakai or George Weah. That would be the 3 choice. Then Liberia will decide, and then we'll all live with the benefit or the consequence of the decision.
Councillor Bronski was one person, brilliant, and the moment he died, the Labour Party died. The Labour Party is a headless chicken. Headless chicken has no leadership. And having an institution, having a group, such a group, in a collaboration is a threat. Because firstly, you need people to take leadership. And secondly, the Vice President Joseph Newman Boakai has no vision for this country. Because if you is the elders among those who are contesting, you should be the peacemaker. He referred to Yuri as a Congo man and said to the same people that we have to collaborate.
Since I declared my support for Joseph Newman Boakai, I've been the target. And let me be honest, who don't know, there is a serious campaign to ensure that Joseph Boakai is denied the chairmanship of the CPP. People in the Liberty Party as I was teacher to engage. I'll give you recording to that effect. I didn't want to be defeated, like I said. The answer was teacher to engage in undermining of JND. And I openly declared my support. I'm from a country that has 6 ethnicities, with culture, with traditional. We got our norms and focus, we got our morals, we got our do's and don'ts. I'm a traditional person.
How would I support something I don't know about? Solidarity means a whole lot. What is happening to us now? Look, let's be honest, man. What are you demonstrating for? And this is why we're having problem in this place. Because you got these so-called uneducated characters here creating problem for us.
We are hearing that members of the defeated and losing opposition have reverted to certain strategies of buying voters' registration cards for the only purpose of destroying them. They realize they cannot stop you because you are the voters that are coming through a wave. So they can't stop you from voting for your president. So they have created crafty means to prevent your support for the president.
Every time you say walk on court, they say the ugly animal go bring water and baboons start making flour. By the time you say walk on court, Prince Johnson feel that you're talking to him.
He said, if you talk again, I'll get to you. So you want to bring walk on court, bring your damn walk on court. Don't be speaking your stinking more every day in this thing. Jesus turned the table upside down. I will turn your table upside down one day.
What you just said is a blatant lie. L-I-E, lie. Well, I didn't know you wanted to have an interview just to come out with outrageous statements. That is not true. That is not true. That is not true. He was unjustifiably, illegally charged.
I'm none of those, have never been, and will never be, whether they think so or not. I am a father of 14 children, grandchildren, with love for humanity, have fought all my life to do what I thought was right in the interest of justice and fair play.
If I want my picture to be here, I must do something here. You will put your picture where your project is. Nobody will not just take the picture and put it on people's horses. Put your picture where your project belongs.
Instead of debating in the Capitol building to increase the civil service salary, the lawmaker decided to turn to Mark Tyson and go and fight the university students. Yes. We don't want any Bruce Lee in the Capitol building. Someone told me that money was given to District 8, $30,000. We all heard about it. Yes. There is no financial report. Some of you don't want to talk because they say the general will attack, but go and tell the general the field marshal is coming.
But you are not the one that's like our people. He passed through Wednesday and somewhere else in Conway. And Dopo Mekazo, the life of Francis Memu, Joe Toa, and the rest of the people, we stood by our people from start to today. So when something is going wrong, we got to come in and correct it like how we corrected yesterday. We've been correcting his mistake from yesterday. After he deflected, when we came with the revolution, he deflected, he fought us. We corrected it. He reigned. He went in Nigeria. And I moved on him there. On a base. He ran away in Nigeria. We corrected that.
No, please say money to the bank. And so we were told by Finabono that on the 15th of this month that we're in now, August 15th, beneficiaries are going to start their payment. Then on the 20th, we're going to be paid. But to our utmost surprise, on yesterday, which was the 24th, we got Roma that Fina is giving our widow 2,000 Liberian, $2,500 Liberian dollars. Senator, I tell you what, Senator. Yeah. He said, oh, our mother, I appeal it to you. I will pay your money. Yeah. Why you get paid? Why you get paid? Who advising you? Why they advising them? Taking money? They're in a different country. Look at the Minister of State, see what he did. He and Luke was saved home of 4 million. And I only 1 million can pay with you. That's how your mother for grandchildren, they copy 50 counties. You want to get a bad feeling? You facing all the road. Everybody happy with you. Yeah. Why you can't see about the widow? Love you like this.
But let them get my message. I'm very patient with them. If for any reason, Representative Donkey and his students are successful and carry somebody else, some of them who get fake credentials,
they will move them from there. I say some of them get fake credentials. Well, we are still there. We'll get there. Some of them brought fake credentials from America and other places. That Liberia thing, you were in this country when people were placed in the newspaper that they have fake credentials in early government. No, the other people that were in different places, they drove them, but they will see it. I should not be the one. Somebody will do it. Somebody that they want will do it. We the Sino people, we must do something for our people. Not everybody in the country get a relative in Monrovia to come here after high school to go to college. So I will go there to help my people that the evil are dead. That the evil are dead. I left my children here. I left my church. I say I will help Sino people that the evil are dead. So let them go ahead. If God will help them, amen.
Fight your politics on the issues, not argumentum ad hominem. You leave the issues and you attack personalities. No.
We are not interested in anything that will undermine peace. We're not interested in anything that will ferment chaos in this country, because we are victims of chaos in this country. We are victims of yesterday victimizers. And that's why we are very much meticulous the way we conduct our activities. You know the history. We were prosecuted here, and we say to you now, currently ask any one of the political party chairperson who have ever been in prison falsely.
When you say to put your agenda, Ambassador Bwaka, you don't listen to yourself. You don't listen to yourself. There's an old car parking. They made some troublers. You don't listen to yourself. That today you know Ambassador Bwaka. Ambassador Bwaka, you're an elder. People respect you. People look down, look at you to be the elder. Don't let people push you to where we will not respect you. For me, I don't want job from you. I don't want job from Honorable Cummins. I don't want job from Ambassador Bwaka. So I can look in your face and tell you what I want to tell you. I'm satisfied with everything I got. Let me tell you today. Those people that say now they're misleading you people, allowing Costa, criminal Costa, to come and be telling you that he's doing the right thing, to be causing musability, causing other people. I'm not saying people shouldn't. But it shouldn't be Costa to be advocating for you, Ambassador Bwaka. It shouldn't be Costa. You know how Costa disgrace you in the country. It shouldn't be Costa. You know Costa mission. We are going to get back. When Grandpa, you don't hold me responsible, I need to find alternative. I have raised my left. We are in the 4th year, and people are here acting the children. I'm not going to proceed the way. No, the CPP don't hold. Yeah, will you be in CPP? Will you be in any party part of the CPP? No, I will tell my supporters our next decision, our next action. I will either remain as an independent candidate. You can get my supporters in the various political parties. The 4 political parties and other political parties that support me and believe in me, I'm not going to be part of anything. Then I discuss the ANC here. Very good. So I'm discussing this. I am saying if the CPP doesn't hold together, I will remain as an independent candidate. So am I saying that I will remain ANC? I'm not discussing AFC. I'm discussing the CPP, the alternative of the Liberian people. I'm not discussing.
It's another day in Monrovia, another day in Liberia. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday, the 14th day of September 2023. What a pleasant way. I'd like to welcome you to the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.7. And let me say good morning to the people of Grand Cape Mount, Bombing, Bapolu, Maryland, Margibi, Grand Bassett, Bong, Nimba, River G. Good morning to all of you and welcome to the program this morning. My name is Fidel Sadie, and of course I'm here with my entire team. And it promises to be a great presentation on today as usual, because we've got lots of things to talk about. A lot to talk about this morning. And so I'd like to welcome you to the show. One of our segments are lock and loaded. prepped up for you this morning. And so if you driving to town, you need to tell a friend to tune into the program this morning, okay? All right, we have no time to waste. My guys are here. Kindly identify yourselves quickly. Identify yourselves by that. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Fidel, and good morning to the peace and loving people of Liberia. It's a pleasure. Good to be here this morning. I'm upbeat. And
I can feel the energy in your voice.
Yes, you know, when you go to bed and wake up in your right and sound mind, you have to be grateful to the Almighty God. That's why I normally say I love to bask in the efficacious grace of the Almighty God.
There you go. They're not crew man. They can say that crew people let too much BB, they're not crew man. But Tony, how was the night?
Good morning, Fidel. The night was good. As always, when I go to bed, wake up with a new breath. I believe that all is okay. It is not about what you have. It is about what God has in stock for you.
Exactly.
And so I believe in the gift of life. I'm okay this morning.
Okay, that's great. Shortly, we'll be joined by Jefferson Weah. No, I think Jefferson need to continue with the job he started that morning. And you know, then continue with our job. And so we have our what would I say? We of course have our weatherman here, Theo Williams, this morning, who will tell us exactly how the weather looks like in studio. Of course, the weather. I won't tell you. But yo, how is the weather like this morning?
Well, currently, as we speak, Fidel, the weather, man, is telling me that it's 77 degrees Celsius this morning, and it's going to be a bit of light rain in Monrovia and its environs. And according to the weatherman, at 12 p.m. today, there's a possible thunderstorm.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, possibility that there could be showers in Monrovia.
Yes, and the wind is blowing from the west at 3 miles per hour.
3 miles per hour. Well, it's not expected to be a windy day.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Our motivational quote.
Yes, we have two. One says you cannot have any success unless you can accept failure. You cannot have any success unless you can accept failure. The next one will say, the next one say, okay, he who does not hope to win has already lost.
Okay.
He who does not hope to win has already lost.
Okay.
And that's it.
Oh. You want to explain that to us? Then every time you get motivational, you're leaving you blank.
And sometimes not every time we explain it.
All right, that's our motivational quote this morning. And so, what next? Let's go across the country, guys, and speak with our correspondents this morning. No time to waste. Our plates are full, very full this morning.
So before then, quickly for traffic.
Our traffic alert.
Yes, those of you leaving from Broadview, sir, coming to Central Monrovia, you encounter traffic. Your first traffic point right there at the Saturday Market, Kuwait, or you want to see the beer factory, Monrovia Club Breweries. From there around the St. Mary's Catholic High School, around Douala Market, another traffic point. You come to Carwell Junction, yes indeed, another traffic point. After that place, Seyon Town is another place you encounter traffic. When you pass by Seyon Town, you come to Freeport. Well, you have to experience another traffic there. From there, you come around the Petty Town Junction. From Petty Town Junction up until Claratown Store, up to the bridge, there is a very huge traffic at about this time. And so let's go back to Gardnersville, around Barnersville Junction, a little bit of traffic, and then around the small Market Junction, a lot of traffic right there. New Georgia Junction is a new center of traffic. And then you come to Battery Factory, slow pace of cars movement. And then you come on to Cow Factory, another traffic point. Then to Freeport again, traffic. And so as soon as you cross the bridge after the traffic, right around Vartan, you are in Central Monrovia. No more traffic for you. Tio?
Yes, the best you can do is to wake up early and beat the traffic, Anthony. That's what I can say. But at the moment, from EAW Junction to Boulevard Junction, huge traffic at this point in time of the day. And from from Boulevard Junction to 540, traffic as well. From 540 to Calic Junction, traffic. Calic Junction to Vamoma, traffic. And then when you manage to beat the traffic and pass Vamoma, you head on to Tony Street, a bit of traffic as well. Once you cross 20th Street, it means you can sail to town easily. So like I mentioned earlier, or the best you can do is to wake up early, like we normally do. Wake up early to beat the traffic to avoid inconveniences. Yes, so that's it for the elect.
Okay, that's it from the Thiensville side there. And of course, you heard from the Bourgeois Island side as well. Those are our traffic alerts. And so let's go across the country right now and speak with our correspondents. And I hope my guys are prepping up, getting in contact with our correspondents across the country. And by the way, on yesterday, the CDC, a pickup of the CDC was headed, I think, towards Banga, if I'm not mistaken. And two partisans dropped off the pickup and were injured. Even though it was reported yesterday that they were dead, but the national campaign team has made clarity that they are not dead. They are undergoing treatment at a health facility. Okay, and so unlike the rumor that was peddled that they have died, that is not the case. They are seeking treatment at a health facility. Okay. And so we thought to say that. So we wish them speedy recovery.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
Sure. Well, praise God for that. It's good that they are alive. Well, but again, Fidel, not just the CDC, but all other political parties campaigning during these political times in our country will have to take the necessary precautions.
Exactly.
To avoid, these kinds of things. But let's go to Margibi County and take the Al Jazeera Walcott Kerry, the man who is ever ready. Walcott, good morning. How are you? It's a pleasure. Good to have you join us on the Morning Breeze. How are you?
Yeah, good morning to you, Williams, and our listeners. As I'm speaking right now, I am even enthusiastic than ever before when it comes to ABC Radio from Margibi County.
All right, Walcott, how is the weather condition, firstly in Margibi, and then following that, you will bring us up to speed with what's happening at the moment in the county?
As we're speaking right now, we're having a very friendly weather this morning. Though the weather condition is like chilly, we're having some cold wind blowing, but at the temperature is around 30 degrees Fahrenheit. And the weather condition, according to Kakatonians and Margibians, they want to be grateful to God for having a friendly weather as compared to the past.
All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into the main issue we call you. What's happening in Margibi County at the moment?
All of the political actors are in their high gear because barely some days to the October 10th crucial elections in the country. And as we're speaking right now, all of them are in their various bushes. They leave their comfort zone to ensure that they fully implement Charles Darwin theory of only the strong will survive, survival of the fittest, and the political battle is a race where only the strong will survive. So everything is on course, it's peaceful. Some schools have opened and some students are attending schools, but notwithstanding, they are there watching the political weather. But everything, Liberians are hoping for a very peaceful, credible, free and fair, violence-free elections.
I forgot to ask you the other day, Walcott. We are deep into campaigning at the moment. Election is just a couple of days away. what is the atmosphere in Margibi County amongst folks from the opposition, the Unity Party, the ANC, and the segment of the Liberty Party? What is the mood like? I know about the CDC. They were there recently. What are you hearing? What are you seeing?
Well, the current administration of the George Manneh Weah, His Excellency President George Manneh Weah, CDC-led administration, continue to make headway in the political chart. And according to officials, the county superintendent, Honorable Jerry Opavani, and other county officials, they have left their offices, and everybody is on the political bandwagon campaign to ensure that President George Manneh Weah get a rousy vote comes October 10, 2023 polls. And even the president himself, who witnessed yesterday, just past Margibi County, Kakata specifically, heading to the nation's capital from Bon County and from Nimba County. And citizens continue to express more interest in President George Manneh Weah administration, and they are chanting the slogans with their political t-shirts bearing the photo of Dr. George Manneh Weah, and even the Vice President, Madam Joy Howard Taylor, and even the senatorial candidate for Margibi County, former, yes. So everything is on course.
From the opposition camp in Margibi County, what are you sensing? What's happening? How's the momentum like?
The opposition camp, their momentum is not like compared to 2017. Okay. Reason being, the Unity Party, they said they want to rescue Mama Liberia. But citizens are chanting, reflecting the past from Joseph Numa Boakai. They are alleging him of having a sleeping sickness, that if they give the country to him, they will be sleeping until they come and take the country from us. And they said they will bear the pain. So for this reason, they are not in favor of the Unity Party holding the presidency in the Republic of Liberia. Okay. But rather they said the angel that you know is better than the devil you don't know. So for this reason, they are hailing praises on Dr. George Manneh Weah, and they said they will vote President George Manneh Weah round victory for him to be the president for the Republic of Liberia.
Thank you, Wako. Let's leave it at that. Let us know if there's any breaking news from Margibi County, and we have you on the line. Maybe doing other programs on this radio. Thank you. Thank you very kindly.
Thank you. I am stay posted, and I am very, very vigilant and proactive this morning. In fact, they have even been calling me Professor Tidbit. So Professor Tidbit, ABC radio reporter, is in the county.
Thank you, Wako.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wako. Thank you very much. Let's go to Bon County. Nathan Colley is our man. Bon County is the center of attraction now. Nathan, good morning. How you doing?
Well, good morning, Anthony. Good morning to Will, and good morning to all the peace of people that for the breakfast this morning.
Bring out to speed. There were reports of accident while the CDC was on a campaign trail. Again, there are information that has speculated there is no death in that area, and the people are at the hospital currently receiving treatment. I just saw what you sent.
Yeah.
What can you say?
Yeah, yesterday when the accident occurred between the Banga to Kanta highway, I mean, some of the citizens were carrying a vehicle to Kanta yesterday, and around Panala there. So two persons fell off from the pickup, and there was information that they actually died. But according to some of the officials of the CDC, said that one, for instance, in Joseph, they are currently responding to treatment at the Phoebe Hospital, and then their parents have gone there, they have spoken with them, and they are coming up. But there's a speculation that they said the two persons were pronounced there, but there was a false information. But currently, they are responding to treatment at the Phoebe Hospital in Swago, Bon County.
So tell us, where exactly is the campaign team, including the president, now in Bon County?
Well, according to information, the president actually left the country last evening in Mohoville after the political rally at the Derek Gronsville Beach actually left in one Morocco, but they still have the cabin team in the country, and some of the officials will be leaving on tomorrow Friday. And yesterday, the president officially endorsed Elo Carter as the candidate that CDC will support in the senatorial race, and also Josiah Martin, who also officially endorsed Elo Carter, because Elo Carter could not have supported the CDC, including supporting the election, because it was calculation that you're going to support Honorable Johnny K. but now he's going to support Elo Carter for the senatorial seat in the country. And at the program yesterday, in the cooperated upon country, the presenter gave to
before you go there, Nathan, let me ask you this question: what is the general mood amongst citizens of Bong County, given the fact that the president is supporting some candidates in the county and the vice president is also doing similar? What is the general mood among citizens of Bong County? How are they reacting?
Yeah, people have said that the issue of the vice president supporting another candidate, because as we speak now, the senator of the vice president is supporting on Johnny K. while the CDC is also supporting Elo Carter from the PUP. I mean, so is there a big confusion from the angle of the vice president? People have complained that the vice president is a parent for the country, because the CDC will be supporting another candidate and she be supporting another person. Like for instance, district number 2, you have A. Victor, where the CDC is supporting, but Jean Kolewu seeking re-election, also supporting the CDC. She's not supporting the CDC, so she's also supporting A. Victor, who Kolewu have the numbers left to district number 2. And also, as you see, I think was she's supporting Johnny P. or Elo Carter, who also supporting President George re-election. So it's just like conflicting among the coalition, specifically from the angle of the vice president.
And similarly, I'm told the vice president is supporting Moema Brice Mensah over the CDC candidate District 6.
They are also coming. She also supporting Moema Brice, while the president supporting William Thompson, and the president recently endorsed William Thompson in District 6. So you see, it's a conflicting among the coalition in the country.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Nathan Cody there in Bong County. Where are we again?
I don't know what the CDC is trying to do in Bong County. I don't know what is a strategy, Anthony Video. I don't know, but to me, it's causing some bit of confusion or mixed feelings amongst citizens of the county. I mean, that could be a recipe for confusion.
And that could be a strategy to also help whoever wins. It is easier to get to that person.
Well, if that's a strategy, then let's see how it's going to play out in the final analysis.
Somebody could tell you, say, I supported the CDC. And the other person would say, about the vice president supported. The vice president can bring you on.
All right.
But let's see. Let's go to...
I think we'll take 1 or 2 more correspondents.
Yeah,
because of
40.
It's almost 8 o'clock.
40 Kamara?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we do have Fode Kamara on the line this morning. Fode, good morning. How is Grand Cape Mount County this morning? Sorry. Good morning. How is Grand Cape Mount? Slow down. You on air now. How are you? How is Grand Cape Mount?
Grand Cape Mount County is now relatively calm from last night up to this morning.
What is happening?
They see, as we reported last week, the sea erosion last up to this morning have taken over 95% of Kutan community. And the entire houses, 25%, they are all been flooded with the sea water. And the sea has created a mob linking to the bridge between the city hall and Kutan community. So the businesses, shops that are around that particular area, they are all been flooded, and businesses have been damaged, property have been damaged, money have been carried away by the sea erosion till last up to this morning. As I speak to you, you hear the voice, we are there talking to the display.
Now, what has been the intervention of local authorities in the area?
Since last Saturday this morning, we are not seeing any authorities to have come to talk to the citizen except the mayor. The resident, they have been parading with the mayor this morning that if they cannot have a resettlement area, there will be no government functionary area to function unless they have a relocation place. So only the mayor have been with them. That's still last out of this morning, and it's very, very serious.
Wow. I mean, what are the victims saying to you?
They are saying that before the president of the Republic visitation of Cape Town, they took him and kept him away. And some of them were migrated to the city hall and are very relocated, sent them to the owners of the central building, where they are not even being staying killer because the place is just open. And that position was not fair out to the president. So that was total disappointment. And they believe that the county authority they may not be fully in our interest. And it happened today. Today is very, very great and very serious. And they said the same thing we told them that the same thing it happened today.
Okay, thank you so much. Sad news, but well, that's it. Even though our man for the camera just threw figures around, percentages around like that, they said 95% of the crew covered by taken over by the sea erosion, and then he said 25% of the houses. I mean, I don't know how he reconciled those figures, but that's it. But the meat of the story is that the people of Crew Town community in Grand Cape Mount County, they've been heavily hit by flooding in the area. And you know, when they say Barmouth, and you know, when it comes to water, it means where the sea and the ocean meets. All right. That's the Barmouth.
Where the river enters the sea.
Yeah. I'm concerned, Anthony. Just recently we were in Grand Cape Mount County.
Yes.
And I was shocked when the citizens of the county requested that the president do some things in the county.
Without talking about the sea erosion.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It means there was no representation apparently from the.
They were concerned about, having a mini stadium or park, if you will.
Yes.
They were concerned about having computers in where they have the youth center.
Yeah.
And other things. They did not mention anything about.
No one mentioned about.
I could be wrong. Anthony was there as well.
No one mentioned. And so I was even surprised when Fode started to report that the Crew Town community was being affected by sea erosion. I was like, in fact, I asked him on the show, but Fode, what have the people said? In fact, Fode said the locals in that area complain. They complain that what the authority of the county didn't mention their situation to the president. The president left the place.
Very serious.
But the people talk about refurbishing the football field in Rabosport. They talk about electricity.
Insignificant.
They talk about computers at the youth center.
Yes.
But forget about the living condition of the people.
Was it as a result of being overzealous?
Yeah, anxiety has a way of controlling people. But yes, guys, let's come back to what it is. The president continued on his campaign tour yesterday. Anthony, what have you got for us?
So the president, before this report this morning, I was told that the president was returning to Monrovia on yesterday. I was not informed that he has returned, but I was told that the president was returning to Monrovia when I spoke with one of the colleagues on the tour. And so the president, as it was said, the president was staying in Bond County for 4 days, Monday to...
Of course, that's at least what we knew about.
Yes, Monday to Thursday. But unfortunately, lately in the evening, I was told that he was returning. So it means the president has completed his time in Bond County. So the president, to some extent, visited all of the places he should have visited. So the president has returned, and I'm sure upon his return, the president will be going to UNGA. When I say UNGA, Fidel can say I'm going to say the reality.
United Nations General Assembly. The last time I asked him, what is that? Yeah. What is that?
The UNGA. Yeah, the United Nations General Assembly. The president should be going there. So what is not clear yet is whether the president will go to the UNGA from there before the continuation, or he could maybe say
squeezing another county. Yeah, but there's no closer county now. I mean, they are far off counties.
No, but
no, he has not gone to
Nimba will not be a day.
Nimba
will not be a day. Nimba might be up to a week. So the president might not even want to venture into Nimba, because I think the United Nations General Assembly should be around the 21st something, but around the 20th. And so the president can, today is the 14th. So the president has to go to the United States, maybe adjust himself for a day or two before the UNGA can start.
The decision not to go to Nimba County may be political as well. In a populous county of that nature, especially where the president does not reside, all right, you want to go there at the tail end of the campaign.
Yes,
so it's because this thing about mobilization. So you want to go there at the tail end of the campaign, so that when you get there, the force from there will send a message to your opponents, immediate message to your opponents as you go straight into the elections.
But Fidel, the folks from the opposition are concluding to leave Nimba. I listened to Kelvin Matadi from the MDR.
Yeah.
He said they were wrapping up things to give way
to other political parties.
Yes. Even the Unity Party is doing similar. So it's like they are leaving because they are anticipating the arrival of the president in that part of the country to campaign as well. So they're making way.
Apparently.
Yes.
Apparently. But again, I don't think the president will want to do the campaign activities in Nimba in any kind of horror manner.
Yes.
The president will not go to Nimba.
He will not go to Nimba
until he returns from the UNGA. The president will continue with Nimba, Grand Jide, River G, Maryland, Grand Crew, Sino, and then the president will have to come to River Says, then return to Monrovia. I'm very sure, because as per what is in the plan, the president should be concluding with Lofa County. The final county, yes, should be Lofa. From Lofa, the president supposed to return to Monrovia from Lofa on the 6th, rest on the 7th, and on the 8th, the final campaign is, I'm sure, I don't know where it will be going, because on that day, all of the political parties should be closing. Yeah, every political party should be closing their campaign
on the 8th.
Yes. So when we choose to close, because that's the final day for the campaign.
Yeah.
So nobody, I don't think whether I'm still finding that whether NEC has a date for all of them to say they may close on the 7th, they may close on the 8th, they may close on the.
It depends what those political parties submit to NEC. Or to authorities that are responsible for safeguarding the processes of ensuring that there is no collision in dates.
Yeah, so because it is they are 20th, 20 rather. So I don't think all will close on the same day.
Some may not even close. I mean, it's not possible. Some may not even close. But remember, in 2017,
yes,
the CDC did not close the same day that the Unity Party closed.
Yeah, but in 2011, the CDC and the Unity Party closed on the same day. And the CDC was in Central Monrovia. The Unity Party was at SKD in Pinsville.
So, I mean, if an arrangement of such nature is put in place, maybe CDC will say, let's go to ATS, or Unity Party say, let's go to ATS, and then CDC comes to SKD. I mean, vice versa.
But considering my knowledge to the CDC campaign, the CDC is closing a campaign on the 8th.
On the 8th,
yes.
And party headquarters SKD or
SKD is out.
ATS.
SKD is out.
No,
you cannot use SKD.
SKD is not in the plane.
Okay,
it's not in the campaign plane. I'm sure it might be at. There is no
fixed venue as yet.
venue for the closure, right? But SKD is not part of all of the campaign plans.
Okay.
So it might be ATS or party headquarters.
Remember, the SKD was just refurbished.
Yes, of course.
So there was
I mean,
serious
FIFA
warning from
regulations.
FIFA,
We won't carry any political party to our feet.
Imagine all the buckets that were installed.
But we have. I mean, we are not
attempt to do
short
so
of. I don't think we are short of places to host political events.
No, there are too many areas, man.
I mean, it could be hosted Stephen Turbert Estate Field.
Barnumville
Estate Field.
Yes.
I mean, political parties can conclude. Maybe CPP could decide that we're going Bartnersville Field.
Yeah.
And Unity Party, we're going Stephen Turbert Estate Field. Maybe CDC, ATS. I mean, whichever way they decide, but of course there will be no collision, and that's the point we're trying to make.
Of course.
Let's go to the LRA, and I hope you've established contact with Kindness Singway. On yesterday evening, it was reported that the warehouse of the LRA, where those stuffs are being kept, was allegedly burglarized by an individual. It is said that he is a janitor in the employ of a sanitation company that does the cleaning up at LRA's office. Now, it is also reported that he had gone early in the morning. The man go to West soon morning. Oh, friend. He entered the building and climbing the ceiling. He was just waiting there. Imagine spending your whole day in the ceiling and the heat and everything beating you. But of course, he had a mission. And so the story goes that he was actually trying to carry on his operation yesterday evening, and they caught the bugger. So the bugger is in the hands of the LMP. I'm sure he's going through some interrogation, and let's find out what's going on. But we need to find out from are you trying to get to Kindness Singway?
But you have to call him.
Man gotta be ready about some of these things. Sometimes impromptu interview. I mean, of course you know about that.
Yeah, you have to call
where he sits.
Yeah, where he sits, anybody can call you anytime. I mean, so you have to be prepared. Don't send him a long letter. Give me a number, my man. He's a media person. He knows how to engage people. Yeah, no time to waste. All right, and we also expect that the Liberia National Police as well should be giving us some updates on I don't know the right person to call, whether the LMP spokesperson or somebody from the Ministry of Justice on this entire drug investigation that's ongoing.
So we briefly spoke with Michael Jipley yesterday.
Okay. And what did he say?
Michael has confirmed that based on the test conducted.
Of course, we have already known that because the government had already released a statement.
Yes, so the new information added was there are two other persons who are linked to that entire saga. One Sam Seyon, sorry. One Sam Seyon. And
who is he?
Sam Seyon, according to what we gather, he's I think he's in the employed of Kenya Airways, or he's always, because he described him as someone who is always around the vicinity of the airport.
Okay.
And so upon the argument as to who owns, where he come from, whether through telephone or whatever means, he said he owns the boxes. And so he was invited, and he should have appeared. I'm sure Jipley is the right person to call, because Jipley informed us yesterday that he was at a workshop, and then immediately afterward he would have contacted maybe radio stations in the evening or this morning. But it's expected that they had a press conference maybe between now to tomorrow. So J-Play, I think J-Play is in the right, sorry, is in the right position to
find out, to get updates on that, because the public needs to know. It is our responsibility to inform the public. D. Kainen Sengbe is the communication director at the Liberia Revenue Authority. D. Kainen, this is Fidel Sadie from ABC Radio, and of course, I caught you unaware. But as always, he holds a master's degree in communication, so catching him aware should not be an issue. Honorable Director, good morning.
So you have to bring politics in the way you can back. Good morning, and thank you for having me like this on your radio. I mean, but yeah, you're right. We're all media people, so we can catch each other on a way like this.
Exactly. Well, Anthony, so you hear the man, and you see the point I was making?
Yeah.
I said the men are communication men, so you always expect it. Yeah. But good morning. And how is the LRA, by the way?
Well, the LRA is okay. We remain working along with our trajectory. We're responsible to collect the lawful revenue of Liberia, and we are doing that without fear or favor, while at the same time working to facilitate international trade. Then ensure that the society is protected from things that should not be entering our country.
That's good. Now, at the concluding point of yesterday, there were reports that your offices at the Roberts International Airport was allegedly burglarized. Can you detail the events that occasioned such rumor?
Well, I can confirm that something like that happened at the LRA offices at the International Airport. Our offices and the examination hall were broken into, and the suspect has since been arrested and thrown over to the Liberia National Police for the due process of law.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mean,
yeah, that's what happened.
Okay, but since apprehending this man, have you noticed anything been missing in your facility? Because I guess it was with an ulterior motive that he carried on the action.
Yes, ulterior motive. I do agree with you that there was a motive, and the motive what we've gathered so far was that the guy was attempting to get into the examination hall and take away something from there. You know, in the examination hall with our goods and some consignment that need to be examined by customs before they are released to the consignee, the owner, I mean, to say consignee, that's how we call them, release them to the consignee. And then it seemed that he was not able to achieve that, and then he tried probably making his way back, and then he was caught in the sling.
Wow.
And brought down and then turned over to the police. Under our law, when people commit crime or engage in activity like this, you turn them to the police for the police to do an investigation. But absolutely, there had been nothing reported missing since the incident occurred.
Okay, and just for the record, that is simply our Moringa tea, yeah?
Well, yeah, they are from what the expert have told us. I mean, those are quote unquote moringa were reported to be drugs.
Okay.
So yesterday, officially, let me let you know that the Liberia Revenue Authority turned over the 10 boxes of the narcotic drug now, narcotic drugs that contain about 100 smaller bags because they are in kind of bag. So the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency now has the consignment, and they are going to now carry on further investigation and all of the processes that have been ordered by the Justice Ministry to ensure that the due process of law takes its course. So yeah, we've played our part, and we'll continue to play those parts to ensure that our country is stable, but most especially to collect the revenue that this country needs so much to develop.
the country needs so much to fund the very elections we're talking about, and to make sure that we all are living in a peaceful environment while we carry on our daily hustle.
Okay. At least one thing we know is that the LRA did not collect revenue from those 10 boxes.
Yeah, but they were doing smuggle. There are other technical stuff because sometimes before you do some importation in the country, you have to pay some fees and all. But then when they came, when things are being smuggled, a credit tells you that there's something about it, that's why they've been smuggled. So all the other things were happening now that they've been turned over to the appropriate authority. All of the investigations are continuing, and at the end of the day, the Liberian people will know what has happened, whether something started somewhere good and ended bad and what have you. So there are details now I can provide because I'm not the expert person in a particular area to provide information that might just become conflicting later. So what I can tell you for true is that yes, they were initially thought to be moringa, and then the scientific investigation showed them to be drugs. And then we have, in the due process of our operation, turning them officially over to those who should have custody. The Drugs Enforcement Agency now has the custody, and now they're carrying on the investigation. And that's what I can provide you for now.
Great, you've played your part, Kanina, but let's know on the sidelines how effective is the LRA in terms of collecting lawful revenues since the beginning of this year?
Oh yeah, we on. I mean, I can tell you for free that despite whatever may be happening, we continue. That's why I say we remain focused. We're not going to be distracted by anyone. And so we're working hard to meet our targets. And I know by the time it is December 31st, we will have met our target. That's what we focus on. So we just encourage Liberians, the businesses, the people, our loyal taxpayers to remain tax compliant, to ensure that they play their part. And then once you play your part, then you can begin to hold other people accountable. So let us pay our taxes and then make Liberia better. We say at LRA, pay taxes, we all enjoy.
Oh, yeah. D. Kainan, thank you so much for picking our calls this morning. And we highly appreciate, and we hope we keep this communication link very, very active. Bring some of your commissioners here. Let's talk about revenue business. Let's talk about taxes. And yes, the platform is available.
Okay, now you're telling me the thing I want to hear. Okay, we're going to work on some of that to bring our people to talk. We're always looking for opportunity to talk. So yeah, we can have more discussions on that. But I'm always willing to pick up your calls, calls from the media, calls from the public. That's what they are paying me for, and I should not shy away from it. It's my responsibility, and I find passion in doing it.
Yeah, that the people who they say you post square pegs in square holes, you get results. Simple as that. D. Kainan, thank you, there.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's one of our best guys. I mean, besides him holding a position on the LRA, he's been very, very much active. I mean, doing his mainstream days.
Yes, and he got that job just after election.
Months
after election.
Yeah,
and he didn't serve the PL that well. Yeah. I mean, when the opportunity came, so you had to go for it.
Yeah. Okay, but that's it. The LRA, the drugs have been turned over to the LDEA. Have you established contact with the LDEA, man?
Yeah, Michael Gipley.
Have you established contact with Michael Gipley?
Oh, no.
I think we're getting somewhere, Fidel.
Fidel called Michael. Michael is.
Oh, I'm going to call Michael now.
I think we're getting somewhere.
Send me a number. I'll call him.
We're getting somewhere.
I'm scared to call.
We're getting somewhere with that issue of the drugs because quite recently the Ministry of Justice issued a press release mandating the Joint Security to expand the investigation. So where we are now, it means we're getting somewhere. So let's hear from Gipley.
Let's hear from Gipley and know where we are. At 9 o'clock, we have a guest on the program this morning. Very productive young people who've decided to put their minds to, getting into different entrepreneurial initiatives. And they be here this morning. And I'm told our focal person is the one who will be dominating the discussion this morning on the program. And we like to have conversations with such people. And so they be here this morning. and we'll be talking to them.
Fidel, you got it, right?
Yes, I got it. Augustine Cole is a social entrepreneur and founder of the Payless Club Part, Liberia's biggest sustainable power production company. And we're talking about power, talking about, menstrual, sanitary power for our young women. All right. And did you send it through a message? Of course you did. Of course, I got it now. Let me call Mr. Jipley. Again, the way he responds will tell you whether he's supposed to be there or not. All right. So we catching him. Of course, all these kinds of random conversations require impromptu calls, and so they would normally happen. And so we're trying to establish contact with Michael Jipley there from the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. And have they received the 10 boxes? Where are the 10 boxes now? How far is the investigation? Do we have additional individuals that have been linked to this drug bust? Because that's how we call it, guys.
Yes,
is a drug bust. 10 boxes is a good number.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to get Michael Jipley. But by the way, the Ministry of Education on yesterday, and I think it is a milestone in the secondary school education, our young people. All right. The Ministry of Education launched textbooks and teachers guide on yesterday. Now, one of the problems that have confronted our educational system is the lack of resources, all right, for education. And because we were using these archaic materials, 1960 is like, we can't get Michael Jipley. Maybe you can establish contact with him out there. Yep. Let me see. I don't know how deep
they're working together. The joint security is working together. So I'm sure Moses will have some idea.
Yes. In terms of effecting arrests and what have you.
Where are we now?
Investigation and what have you. So as I was saying, the Ministry of Education. Sorry, I'm trying to establish contact with Moses Carter. So, like I said, the problems, some of the problems that I've one of the problems that have confronted the educational sector. Okay, our man Moses Carter is on the line right now. Mozigo, as I call him, the Martin Liverpool.
Walk alone.
Never walk alone. He will never walk alone. That's not he can walk alone. Mozigo, good morning. Mr. Carter, is he on the line? Wow, it seems I have a problem with this one. Maybe I should get him on his other number. Well, when you're friends with these guys, there are lots of privileges that you get. Let me call him on this other number and see how it works. All right. So the Ministry of Education launched the textbooks and teachers guide on yesterday. Now, we've always experienced problem with learning materials. Till when we're in high school, they used to bring 1970 we read books to us to read. You have to go for one big biology book and be holding it in your hand, and you want to draw paramecium, amoeba, plant cell, animal cell.
And walking around with
nucleus,
BB
books. Yeah. But this is what has happened, and I think it is a revolution in our educational sector, especially for 10th grade, from 10th grade to 12th grade. The Ministry of Education, through our partners, of course, the World Bank gave support to that initiative. They've developed textbooks for secondary school students. Mathematics, English literature, biology, physics, chemistry. Modern books. Now, what did they do also? Those books are accessible, meaning you get a cell phone. Theo Williams got his cell phone. All he does is he scans the code on the book, and automatically the book gets into his phone. And so he does not have to take that big book and be running around with it. He has the book right on his phone. And those books were developed according to Liberia's revised curriculum. So those books are in line with what is been, administered, questions that have been administered during the wax exams. So students do not have to struggle again to go and get questions from here, from there, go to old papers. Sometimes they were using papers from Ghana, test papers from Ghana as resource materials to study. Now that doesn't have to happen again. With those books, they are able to go by the revised syllabus from the Ministry of Education. The syllables are in sync with the content of the book. So it means there's no way they will be giving you maybe what is biology, or the the branches of science and what have you, and then they're giving you a different question from somewhere.
Okay.
Everything in line with one another. And I think this is commendable. Now, what also is happening is that when you scan the book, Theo, you can get it offline. Like I said, online, that is. So if you finish with a particular chapter, you have questions on the online platform. That is, after you finish scanning the book on your phone now, you have the question. When you finish with chapter 1, you see, go to quiz. You go take quiz. The different questions are there.
All right.
And those are the same questions that will come in the wax exams. Yeah. All right. So Michael Gible is calling back. Michael, yes. Good morning. This is Fidel Sadie from ABC Radio.
Yeah, Fidel, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. And we were calling you in an impromptu manner on the radio, and you are live on the radio, by the way. But I know you're a communicator, and so sometimes these impromptu calls do not come to you by surprise, by the way. How is the LDA doing?
I mean, we're doing great. I was in another call while your call was coming through.
Exactly. And I understood that at this point in time, you were very busy, man. And so it's quite understandable.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. How is the LDA doing?
We're doing great, except the latest situation regarding the RIA saga, of which we are applying due diligence to ensure that we follow what is needed to be done, and also to bring the public to speed with regards to any actions that will be taken thereafter.
Okay, we are told you are in possession of the 10 boxes now. Can you confirm that?
Yeah, sure, we do. We did receive it yesterday from the LRA, and they are in our custody currently as we speak. And also, we have in our custody the Director for Security from the airport, Rabat International Airport. And we are yet to see the other suspect who claim ownership, which is the same Seon, who is supposedly the cargo handling, I think, agent or officer for the Kenya Airway. And I think by today, an arrest order has been issued, and we will ensure that we have him arrested and brought to our security decks for questioning.
Okay. Now, without seeing the second suspect, I will surmise, how is the investigation ongoing?
Yesterday, following the arrival of the first suspect, which is the Director for Security at the RIA, initial statement was extracted from him, and he's currently in under our detention, and as the investigation continues today. But again, following a statement extracted from him, I think it gives the investigator the need to extend their investigation beyond just our premises or dealing with those suspects, but to rather go to the LRA, the LRA custom warehouse, as well as the Rabat International Airport Management or the facility, to do some physical examination, or perhaps to discover what would probably necessitate their inquest into the investigation.
Can we? I mean, is it safe to say that, considering the fact that one of those individuals who should be a key provider of information, that is the Kenya Airways cargo handling agent. You've not gotten him yet. Does it appear to be a difficult thing for you in terms of fetching information?
Very well. That though he is a person of interest, and we wouldn't want to put it to be very difficult. But as far as we're concerned, he worked with a reputable institution, the Kenya Airways, and he's one folks that I think a lot of people know him, and that's the reason why we gave him the benefit of the doubt. Like he told us that he would have come along with his lawyer. So failure to live up to his commitment, that means we have no alternative to having arrested. But I can assure you that we're exert effort and ensure that he's arrested. I don't think getting him is any difficult situation. If it is, well, we can foresee that, but we're hopeful that we'll have him before the day ends. Today we'll have him.
Okay, and with the pieces of information provided by the first suspect, are you getting leeway in establishing how did it come in, who sent them, and who were these goods coming to?
Definitely, I think it is against that backdrop that the investigators saw the need to visit the premises of the LRA Custom Office, as well as the RIA Airport Management, so that they will ascertain what probably will be a source or some other leeway into the investigation. So as I speak to you this morning, they are on their way there, and when they come back, perhaps they'll furnish up with what is very important to the investigations.
Jible, what do you think is responsible for these kinds of things happening in our country, especially people smuggling drugs into the country?
People will have a lot of interpretation, but what I can say is that it's unpredictable. It's something that no one foresee or foresaw coming in our country. But howbeit, security is doing all that we can to ensure that these things does not go with impunity, or people who are committing these acts does not go with impunity. And that's the reason why we are expanding and opening up our security intelligence to ensure that these things are prevented. But I can say that this is altogether a situational approach, perhaps that has roots in maybe the kind of system we found ourselves in, or probably the situation globally, because we all know that the issue of drug abuse is a global phenomenon, of which people found it as a means of survivability or to get rich and get involved into it. We can never tell. But the only thing we can say for sure is that we'll keep expanding and keeping our security intelligence alert to ensure that these things does not come into our country unnoticed.
Jible, the LDA is a part of the joint security of this country.
Sure.
So let's know from you, how effective is the joint security operation in terms of tightening our borders, major entry points?
The joint security, like you put it rightly, is a component of all national security structures in the country, especially the key ones. And the DEA has a role. Likewise, the LIS and of course the custom and all other security apparatus in the country. But I think we are exhibiting a consolidated effort, ensuring that the coordination is firm and that we are able to provide security for our points of entry. Unlike some other challenges, which is a phenomenal situation globally, or perhaps in a lot of countries in Africa. But we're hoping that with the level of coordination we continue to exhibit as security apparatus in the country, we'll maintain that spirit and we'll ensure that our borders are well mended.
Okay.
Michael, it was great having you on the program this morning. Insightful contribution, and we look forward to getting more updates from you as and when we think there's a need to establish contact with you.
Definitely, Fidel, and we'll keep open to provide the needed information. Hopefully, before the day ends, we will issue a press release informing the public, because I believe everybody is not fortunate to listen to your radio right now, but we believe that people need to hear the information.
Exactly.
We issue a statement here regarding the start of the investigations. And let me just quickly put out something. Those drugs that were arrested, they were weighed, and it came up to 220 kilograms. And of course, the monetary value is around almost $1 million, like about 880,000 United States dollars. If you were to put that into Liberian dollar value, you're talking about way over more than $20-25 million.
That's huge. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Mr. Jible. Again, it was good having you on the program this morning.
You're always welcome, Fidel. Thank you.
Okay. All right, he's Michael Jipley, the communications director at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. Guys, you heard him. Some progress is been made, and the investigation is on course. An individual from the Kenya Airways,
It's a person of interest.
yeah,
now.
is a person of interest, and according to Jipley, he has said the goose are his, give me his name or whatever it is, but we're hoping he's able to turn himself over for investigation today. Guys, let's make some progress, take some calls. Yep.
You were talking about the education.
Yes, yes.
stuff,
Let me
and
just
I wanted
conclude
to
on
weigh
it.
in.
Yeah, go in,
Well,
go on.
conclude, then I
Let me
will
conclude on it.
weigh in, yes.
So, like I was saying, look, this is a big step in our quest to ensure that we have quality education given to our brothers and sisters. All right, especially at the higher level, because as it is now, there's absolutely no excuse. This is another thing that was actually highlighted. There's something called the Wax Lab Prep. Wax Lab Prep. There's an IT solution company that has developed an app that you install on your phone, Tio. And that app, all you need to do is just to enter your account, develop your account, and then you'll be able to access past WAEC questions.
Wow.
Yes, access those questions. Now, if you access an English exam, what it will do, it will allow you to test yourself. So, John is a ball. Identify the ball. They give options.
Okay.
Identify the subject. They give options. Now, if you choose option A and option A is not correct, right? The right answer will be given to you.
Wow.
If you chose B and B is correct, it will be given to you. Now, and this is where I think I like it. If you were a mathematics problem and then a question was given, you missed the question, the right answer will be given, and the solution in solving that problem will also be provided.
Wow.
So that's how it is for all the numerical subjects. So I think this is a big step. Besides, the Ministry of Education has also embarked on setting up satellite stations across the country. That is a radio station, different radio stations across the country that will broadcast straight educational contents. So what they're doing, they put radio station in Nimba County, they put radio station in Bon, radio station in Grand Gide, one in Maryland, but the central office is right here. They are being connected by internet. So whatever is being broadcast in Monrovia will go throughout the entire country. Now they have different lessons, 30 minutes package lesson for each subject on a daily basis. So if Theo William daughter Aru on him, he said, come on, go listen to MOE radio. They got math class 11 o'clock. Listen to that math class. Myself will be listening. All the thing they teach, tell me, hey,
Ask the question.
and I'll ask you a question. The punishment right there. So those are the things that have been done in the educational system. Besides that, they are setting up STEM schools, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Students who are very good in these areas, they will just attend classes in those STEM schools across the country. So what happens? After you should have graduated high school, you come to Monrovia, or you go to they have community colleges. You go there, you either want to study engineering, or you want to study mathematics, or you want to study something that has to do with technical, that has to do with technical skills. And you got to study accounting, economy, management, all those soft courses. So this is to build the next generation of engineers, mathematicians, and all those areas that people used to be afraid of. The aim is to build those areas so as to ensure that our students are well prepared for what is ahead of us. So I think this is good, and we'd like to commend the Ministry of Education for this initiative. And we look forward to more of them because we want to better our education system. And there's no way we can do that when we do not start from the embryonic stage.
Exactly, Fidel, you've said it all. And it's commendable. We must commend the folks at the Ministry of Education for, such a wonderful introduction. Blending technology with education.
Exactly.
It's a lot, especially in this 21st century. It's important. But I want to say they have to do more, Fidel.
Exactly, of course.
Because we are stay behind in terms of a lot of other things in line with education. And one of the key things I think they should also focus on is to ensure that every public high school or all public high schools across Liberia is well equipped. If you don't come to think about this, I was in some parts of the country sometime last year and early this year. And what I noticed as some schools I visited was so ugly, Fidel. I'm talking about the facility where the students will go to learn. Very unconducive. Lots of things were not in those facilities I visited. So I think not just the issue of launching textbooks. Yes, we've commended the education ministry. It's good. But I think they have to do more in other areas to ensure that education is accessible and available to every Liberian. Even foreign nationals who are within our borders, Fidel. I went to some schools, entered some of the classes, the blackboards. The seating capacity. Very bad, deplorable. The way the students even go to school. So these are things they also need to improve on. Not just
the textbooks.
Yes.
Because there must be facility for those students to sit and learn, and not just for people in Montserrat.
You know what it means to learn in an unconducive condition,
of course,
or atmosphere, Fidel.
Yeah.
It has an impact on the very education you want to acquire.
Yeah, the player will sit in and feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because of the environment that we have now. So
public schools, if you were to do your own research, Fidel, you come to realize that public schools across Liberia are not giving that much attention. And there's a need that those public schools are given serious attention because, mind you, not every parent have the means financially to send their kids to privately run institutions. So people normally say way back, normal days, public schools were
the best
schools of attraction.
Everybody
wanted to go to private school.
Public school. GW Gibson.
Because they were up to standard.
Yeah.
Because they had qualified instructors who were doing what they should do. The facilities were available. The condition were good. So I think they should continue to do that.
The infrastructure.
So that more parents will be ginger to send their kids to public school.
I like that. Will be ginger.
Yeah.
Jeff, quickly, let's hear you.
So the only thing I can say, the modernization and digitalization of education by the Ministry of Education is far more better than anything else in that sector. The thing is, like you said, Fidel, in time past, when I was in high school at quiz. So imagine when we're going to study, we'll take 5, 6, 7 different kind of books just to go and study. Today, you can take anything and use it. Sometimes people will be looking for, what do we even use to get it? Paper for why now or was. Now you can sit by your radio. In fact, you can choose not to go to school, even though we have to go to school. Somebody can say, I will use Ministry of Education as my classroom. The only thing at the end of the time, you will not have people, that's all. But you can use the Ministry of Education radio as your classroom. Sit by it, learn, and at the end of the day, you can know. You can go to school. There are things you might not understand. just by listening to the Ministry of Education radio, you can make some corrections. You could go back to class and tell your teacher, say, I think this was not the appropriate thing. This is what we should. This is what it's supposed to be, because you've listened to the highest authority of education in the country. So I think the Ministry of Education is making progress. The first time when I listened to the radio, taking it to all of the counties, bringing education to the doorsteps of everyone. Like you said, when I get angry, I can put my child in the room, lock the door. I don't even need to lock the door. Put it in the room. I say, sit down right here. Put that radio on. You're forced to listen. And you have to listen.
And look, Anthony and Fidel, I will tell you this, right? There are brilliant kids in the rural parts of Liberia.
Yeah.
I was fortunate to have worked with an NGO that was squarely involved with schools and making sure that all of the regulations are followed. We were checking up on those things. And we're also assessing the students' ability in all of the areas. And there are brilliant kids. So if the avenue is created for all of those kids to learn in a very conducive atmosphere, and they have all the need to learn, I mean, there will be no worry to even want to take kids from the rural parts of Liberia to bring them to Monrovia. You can sit right there and acquire quality education just as those in Monrovia acquiring. I mean, so kudos to the education ministry, like we've said, but you have to do more. You have to go beyond. Make education affordable, accessible. Make it, I mean, let the students learn in a rather conducive atmosphere. That would be something, I mean, we will also commend you for if you manage to do that across Liberia.
Okay, let's go to the phone line 0777-105-100, 0755-105-100. We spoke about the issue of the drugs. The suspended director of security at the RIA is in the custody of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. Another person has come forward, and from Kenya Airways as a person of interest. And of course, he should be appearing before the investigative body on today with his lawyer. And as well as strengthening our education sector. So an adjustment has been made in the academic calendar for high schools. School will close on the 6th of October, all right, to allow students and parents to go to their various places to get to vote. So it should have been a bit more later than that, but it will be the 6th of October now, at least from what we've heard from the Ministry of Education, the circular they released on yesterday. All right. So that's it this morning. But at 9 o'clock, we have our guests already in around the corridors of our studio. Of course, they're in the building already, and we'll have them on the program this morning. Augustine K. Core is the CEO of Payless Cloth Park. Stephanie C. Morba is the program officer at Campus Liberia. And Janetta Stewart is CEO of Agrotech. All right, we'll have those three individuals in studio this morning to talk about a lot of things, especially shifting the norms and mindset through entrepreneurship and development. Okay, this morning on the program. All right, guys, let's take this short break. When we come back, of course, we'll usher in our guests this morning. I can't wait to get in the studio, my brother. Yeah, I can't wait. And I hope our guys are able to do what they have to do here this morning. All right, let's take this short break and be right back.
Yeah, it's long Papa, I wanna you can hear me say. Papa, I wanna you can hear me say. All the things we wanna say inside this land. So people must die for before you understand. We all got children going to school. Market woman and selling their goods. Yeah. Let them be great. No noise. I never seen no peaceful protest in this land before. Even my papa and my old man tell me it never been before. To all the leaders in this land, take your problem and talk it like man. Go and I move from heaven to make you understand. Pick up Paratana, no school. Paratana, no work, nothing to do. Paratana, GS company rapping it. Investor necessity rapping it. My people they get something they call experience. Let's keep this piece alive. Keep this little piece alive. Yeah. Let's keep this piece alive. Keep this little piece alive. Oh yeah, Papa. I wanna you can hear me say, oh, Papa. I wanna you can hear me say. All kind of people talking, say the country brand new. I pray to people to fire the people we gonna elect new. We all are trying to move ahead. Some people say we might not get there because confusion can butter their bread. Oh, if I go tell myself, jump inside the street. Oh, anything happen to me, my family will grieve. Oh, if I go tell myself, jump inside the streets. Oh, something happen to me, you and your family will leave. Oh, pick up Paratana, no peace. Oh, Paratana, no ma, everything free. So, Paratana, whipping and looting with beer, killing and shooting with beer too. Let us learn from the past. Oh, let's keep this piece alive. Keep this little piece alive. Yeah. Let's keep this piece alive.